Polished, precise, and proudly South African, the Gryphon factory in Vereeniging is these and more. The state-of-the-art tile factory in the ceramic industries group turns out large format tiles with precise rectified edges and is capable of producing polished porcelain for surfaces with a high gloss sheen. Thanks to its superior density, polished porcelain is hard-wearing and can replicate some of the world's most luxurious building materials. Until recently, design professionals had to rely on imports. Thanks to ceramic industry's considerable investment in plant machinery, South African-made polished porcelain is here. Let's buff up on how polished tiles are created in this technologically advanced factory. After being fired in the kiln, tiles are left to rest for 48 hours to retain their final dimensions. These cushion-edged tiles are then sent to the polishing line. Ceramic Industries' Gryphon factory boasts the very latest polishing technology supplied by Italian-based BMR, a world leader in its sector. Support from their international partners means that years of knowledge is shared between teams, allowing Gryphon to maintain its high international standards. The La Viga Plus polishing machinery handles the tiles with precision to ensure there's no chipping. The polishing heads oscillate laterally and independently, spraying water onto the tiles during the process. This advanced system is designed to use resources sparingly, and it recycles and reuses about 3,200 liters of water per minute. Polishing progresses with increasing levels of fineness. It starts with a coarse 180 grit polishing head and proceeds to a fine 6,000 grit head until smooth. Any excess water is absorbed by a roller sponge before the tiles undergo a chemical treatment to prepare their surfaces for the final polish, including an acid treatment. After the acid is washed off and excess blown away, a coat of Superglass 19 wax is applied to seal the tile. Soft felt polishing heads are then used to achieve a mirror-like finish through a buffing and shining process. After excess wax is removed, the tiles are rectified to ensure uniform dimensions and perfectly square edges. The glossiness of Gryphon tiles is measured using a special tool known as a gloss meter. It measures the specular reflection of a surface by projecting a beam of light at a fixed intensity and angle onto a surface and measuring the amount of reflected light at an equal but opposite angle. Besides being a shining light on the design front, Gryphon also leads the way in environmental responsibility. In fact, Gryphon is not only the most technologically advanced factory of its kind in Africa, it's also the most sustainable. It features the eco-kiln, which reduces gas consumption and recycles heat for drying and other processes. What's more, all processed water at Gryphon is recovered and used in clay processing. One of the most fundamental shifts towards greater environmental responsibility is the development of ceramic industry's proprietary Ecotech manufacturing technique. It allows the factory to produce thinner tiles using less energy and raw materials with strengths of more than 30% over SABS standards. The tiles are also lighter to transport, reducing their carbon footprint from start to final destination. The Gryphon factory brings together homegrown innovation and world-class technology to create high-quality, locally produced polished porcelain that beats out high-cost imports, all of which might just make Gryphon's polished porcelain the shining star of interior design.